Hello, everyone, and welcome to my website, my bakery website. And in this video, I'll be teaching you, I'll be explaining the functionality of this website, the design, and the structure. So let's get started. Um, the concept of this website is for a bakery company or something like that, and I've been able to When I started, sorry, I declared my doc type to be HTML, created my HTML tags. I want to make this video short. So my header tags, I have the title to be a bakery menu. Yep. And link. I link my website to this page. This is an icon that appears at the top of the bakery, the menu. That's something like this. This icon here. So yeah, that's what it was. It has been linked inside the HTML file. Before I also going to link my style sheets to it. Then in my body, I used the grandparents and the parents and the child concept, where I used this whole um menu, or let's say tab, to be the grandparents, and I used sub inside the grandparents. I have the parents tabs inside. In the grandparent tab, that's the big one over here, and surrounded by sorry, in the grandparent tab, that's the big one here, and in the grandparent tab, it has the parents one and the parents two. Yep. And in the parents one, you can see that's this here. It just contains the name Pig Bakery and Cafe and an image that's inside the work. Also, in the parents two contains all these elements. This tab element contains home, about our menu, services, testimonial, and contact. And all these child elements have been wrapped around in an anchor tag, where you click on, it will send you to a new web page. Also, I have my a pre tag here. That's it here, to get the spacing. I use the pre tag to get the spacing and the way I want to align it here. The same thing that will be appeared in my web page. So welcome to Pig Bakery. You can see the way I've aligned it. Welcome to Pig Bakery and Cafe. It's the same way it has been aligned here. I also did a telephone something here to get more information about it. You can call this number here at the down there. That's I need giving an ID to be a contact, and the tail comes with a photo, which all I'm sure are all in the images folder. Yep. Then that's a photo. Giving might also be a phone icon, a class phone icon too. And the number here is all surrounded in a p text paragraph. Yep. And then they've closed. Moving straight fast forward to the style sheet of this style the CSS. In the grandparents, have the background to be linear gradient, gray black to the right. Yep, and that's what you can see in the grandparents. There's gray here, there's black here. It shifts or transitions to black. Justify content space between. It means all the elements in the grandparents should be evenly spaced. Sorry, they should be spaced between them. Sorry. Display flex. That means they should all be on a horizontal line. Border radius 10 pixels. There you can see the curves at the edges of um the how do I call this, a tab or something like that. I gave them padding to be 5 pixels and flex wrap. That means the flex wrap is when the size of the screen reduces, as in something like this. You can see it's move on the second line, but when I open it, they all move on the same line. So that's the functionality of the text wrap. In parent one, that's these guys here. I give them padding of 10 pixels. Justify content to be flex start. Display should be flex. Font style should be italic. Font weight bold. Font size 2 pixels. Color should be white. Flex wrap should be no wrap. As in, even if the screen is becoming small, you can see in parent one, it doesn't wrap to go to the next line. If I even open it to be big like this, sorry, it's still on the same line. If I shrink it, it's still on the same line. So that's the no wrap. Doesn't move to the second line. That's for these guys here. In parent 2, these guys here, I give them a display to be flex, gap 20 pixels, text wrap should wrap, color white, padding 10 pixels, and the cursor should be a pointer. That is, anytime I hover over them, the cursor changes to be a pointer and points on them. And I named all these elements child elements, and the child, I display them inline block. Border radius should be 10 pixels. That you can see the edges around it, curvy edges. Padding 10 pixels and height 25 pixels. Also, I for this child elements, I did a feature of hover. Anytime I pass over it, you can see it makes a hover something, a hover feature. You can see I'm on it. So yeah, that's the hover feature here. And also to make also this is something, and there's a default work something in HTML whereby anytime you use anchor tags, the color of this text turn to blue. So to override it to the color you want, use the child, then you specify the anchor tag, then you use the color you want. That's white. The body too, I gave him a background image and a URL. The image is inside the images folder, and background size should cover. The image, I mentioned an image that is .html is it dot image. That's this guy here. That's the image that we saw at the top here. So in that image, I'll be able to. So in that image, where is it? I gave him a width of 50 pixels and a height also of 50 pixels. Pre text, these guys here, this text here, font size 70 pixels. I also gave a color white, text shadow, can see a black shadow outside of it. 2 pixels, 3 pixels, 6 pixels, black. Position absolute, top 140 pixels, left minus 70 pixels, and font weight bold, family is under handwriting. To the contact, that was this guy, sorry, this guy here, ID, I gave him a contact of, I gave him an ID of contact. Position should be absolute, left 20 pixels, font size 20 pixels. The color should be white, text color, font weight should be bold. Position, the bottom should be 2 pixels from the bottom. Background color gray, padding 4 pixels, border radius 10 pixels. And then get the phone icon, that's this icon here, the width 20 pixels, height 20 pixels. And because of time, I couldn't be able to create all the links to these tabs here. So I was able to make one for the menu, that's the our menu. And in the our menu tag, I've created a anchor tag surrounding it. That's it here. And it's linking to this HTML code. And in this HTML code, you can see if you tap on our menu, it moves to this HTML this place where it has the menu items of the bakery, of the bakery. So yeah, have the menu, The title should be menu. That's if you go to that page, you see at the top hand side it goes here menu. Also, I linked it to a style sheet. That's we'll go there later. In the body, I have a parent one that says that contains a header of bakery menu. That's this guy here. I named him a parent one. Bakery menu. I also created a header two for these guys here, pastries, cakes and bread, and the rest. So moving down pastries, then have the image spring rolls. That's this guy here. Then the price and the availability for all of it inside. In the when we move to the cake section too, we can see the cake section here, cakes and bread, header two tag, and I gave it a class of parent three. Also, it also has the price and its availability for each. For the same for cookies and sandwiches, availability and price and the image also contained inside. Drinks also has the same thing, and I guess that's all. Moving on to its style sheet 2, in parent 1, that's this guy at the top here. We have the background to be linear gradient from to right, gray, black. See the gray to black here. Color should be white, text align should be center, font style italic, padding 5 pixels, position should be sticky. That means it sticks to the top of the it sticks, it doesn't move. And top also 0%, border radius 50 pixels. Um Parent 2, that is, let me see the one I used for parent 2. Parent 2, yeah, parent 2 is this guy here. All these guys here, all the guys inside the pastries. So yeah, I used parent 2 for that. And in parent 2, style sheets 2, parent 2, I had a top margin to be 20 pixels. That's how these boxes should be arranged the bigger inside the bigger parent. So these guys, I use them to be something like child and inside their parent, and how they should align inside the bigger box, something like that. And its margin top should be 20 pixels. Display flex, that should be horizontal. Padding 20 pixels. Justify content space evenly. Text wrap, it should wrap. You can see that as the space has reduced, as um, the screen has reduced, you can see the third one has gone to the down. When I open it, it's straight on the same line. Yes. So also in parents 3, that's this guys also. I use the same thing for them. Also in parents 4, the same thing. Parent 5 to the same thing, because they are mostly the same. I want them to all be the same style. And in the child elements, these are these guys here. Let me see. Menu.html. The child, yes. I used every box, every picture and this thing. So these guys here, all of this is a child. It's also another child. It's also another child. And they are all inside their parents. So for the child, style 2, the child, display inline block. The border should be 2 pixels, black solid. That's how you can see the black sidings here. The width should be 200 pixels. Background, linear gradients to rise gray. That's it here. Color should be white and the font size should be bold. In parents to the image here, these guys are parents to this image. The width should be 200 pixels. Height 200 pixels also. Objects should fit it. So doesn't look awkward. Parent 3 too has the same setting, the same features. Parent 4 to the same, parent 5 to the same. I use a background image this. I've linked it also into the images. I also had a header tool. These are the header tools. This guys here, and I using a size of 40 pixels. By default, it's already black, so I left it like that. And that brings us to the end of my website presentation. Thank you.